Did you know that the monarch butterfly does not have lungs? Breathing takes place through the tiny vents in the abdomen called spiracles. I work for an organization called Monarch Watch, which specializes in the research of the monarch butterfly and conservation of its habitat. Monarch butterflies are fairly well known and recognizable. Many people have an interest in monarch butterflies growing up, but don't actually know much about them. The monarch butterfly is a unique creature for a number of reasons, but especially due to its life cycle, migration patterns, and food sources. Today, I hope to share with you information about the monarch butterfly that you did not know before. The life cycle of this creature is intensive. Butterflies undergo complete metamorphosis, in which there are 4 distinct stages: egg, larva, or caterpillar, pupa, and adult. For monarchs, the development from egg to adult is completed within about 30 days. Usually only a single egg is laid at once. However, an adult female will probably lay between 100 and 300 eggs in her lifetime. The eggs hatch about 4 days after they're laid. Monarchs do all of their growing during the larva stage. Once hatched, monarchs eat their eggshell and then move on to the milkweed plant on which they were laid. When the caterpillar becomes too large for its skin, it will molt or shed its skin. Often the caterpillar will eat the shed skin too. The intervals between these molts are called instars. Monarchs go through 5 instars. The larva stage lasts between 10 to 14 days and then begins the pupa stage. A butterfly pupa is also called a chrysalis. During the pupal stage, the transformation from caterpillar to butterfly is completed. Within the first day of this stage, the pupa is soft and can be harmed. However, soon after, the walls harden to protect the monarch within. This stage takes between 10 to 14 days as well. An emerging adult butterfly will have wet wings and will need to dry before flying. This usually takes only a day. The primary job of the adult stage is to reproduce. Females begin laying eggs right after their first mating, and both males and females will mate several times during their lives. Adults in summer generations live from 2 to 5 weeks, and adults in early fall can live up to 8 or 9 months as they have to migrate. No growth occurs during the adult stage. The monarch life cycle is pretty different than most insects, and so is their migration pattern. Unlike most other insects in temperate climates, monarch butterflies cannot survive a long winter. They spend the winter in roosting spots. Monarchs within the eastern United States will migrate south to a forest high in the mountains of Mexico during the colder months. Once it gets warmer, they will migrate north again. Monarchs travel up to 3,000 miles. They are the only butterflies to make such a long two-way migration every year. Amazingly, they fly in masses to the same winter roosts, often to the exact same trees. However, individuals only make the round trip once. It is their children's grandchildren that return south the following fall. In all the world, no butterflies migrate like the monarchs of North America, and their food sources are just as unique. Monarch caterpillars only eat milkweed. Most plants that are members of the same genus are tropical, but there are approximately 110 species of milkweed in North America. Most species are toxic to vertebrate herbivores if ingested. That includes humans, so make sure never to consume milkweed. When monarch larvae ingest milkweed, they also ingest the plant's toxins. This means that monarchs are toxic to potential predators. Adult monarchs feed on the nectar of flowers and are not nearly as picky as caterpillars. Of course, they still feed on milkweeds, but other popular plants include asters, coneflowers, blazing stars, goldenrod, and lilacs. You can help the monarch butterfly by providing habitats such as butterfly gardens or way stations. This includes planting things in your garden that can be eaten by monarchs. The most basic thing you can do to help is to provide native plants. The monarch butterfly is a unique creature. This is due to its life cycle, migration patterns, and food sources. Nearly 100 million monarchs gather to migrate each year. That's a lot. It's up to us to conserve their habitat so they can keep migrating and thriving. Thank you.